Jennifer Lopez's 4 favorite movies of all time. Today we dive into the cinematic tastes of one of the world's biggest stars. What films does Jennifer Lopez, pop icon, actress, global superstar, call her all-time favorites? Whether you love her music, admire her acting, or just enjoy a good movie night, this list might surprise you or inspire your next watch. Welcome to JLo's 4 favorite films and why they matter. In 2025, at the Letterboxd event during the Governor's Awards, Jennifer Lopez was asked to name her 4 all-time favorite films. Without hesitation, she answered, West Side Story, 1961, The Notebook, 2004, A Bronx Tale, 1993, and Prelude to a Kiss, 1992. IMDb +1. These aren't movies she necessarily starred in, but films that left a mark on her as a viewer, as a woman who grew up loving cinema. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore each film, the story, what it represents, and speculate why it might resonate with Jennifer Lopez. This 1961 classic, the film adaptation of the Broadway musical, is a sweeping, tragic romance set in New York City, marked by beautiful music, dance, and a story about love across social divides. Imagine growing up with dreams, maybe in a place not unlike where Lopez herself hails from, and seeing a story unfold on screen about belonging, identity, culture, aspiration. It probably resonated deeply. There's also something timeless in its themes. Love, conflict, dreams versus reality, universal struggles that many can relate to. For someone like Lopez, whose own life involved breaking barriers, West Side Story might have felt personal. Cut to host, on camera. When you watch West Side Story, you don't just see a film. You feel the rhythm, the hope, the heartbreak. I can totally believe this is a movie that stuck with J.Lo since childhood. Next, The Notebook. A 2004 romantic drama that's become something of a modern classic. A tearjerker, a love story, a film about fate and memory. Many fans of Lopez know she has a soft spot for romance, in music, life, sometimes even in her acting choices. The Notebook is the kind of film that tugs at the heartstrings. Full of longing, passion, love lost and found. Maybe it appeals to the sentimental side of Lopez, the part that knows love isn't always easy, but worth the fight. Or maybe it's just the power of a beautifully told love story. Host, on camera. Love stories like The Notebook remind us why we go to the movies, to feel, to remember, to hope. I imagine that resonates with anyone who believes in love, in second chances. Third on the list, A Bronx Tale. Released in 1993, this is a gritty, coming-of-age drama set in the neighborhood where Lopez grew up, the Bronx. It's a story about choices, identity, family, loyalty, and the tension between right and wrong. For Lopez, who's often referenced her roots as part of her identity and creative fuel, this movie probably speaks to her more personally than the others. It's not just about romance or musical fantasy, it's about real life, in a neighborhood, with real people and hard choices. There's power in that authenticity. Perhaps that's why A Bronx Tale made her top 4. When your past, your upbringing, is part of your art, a film like A Bronx Tale becomes more than entertainment. It becomes mirror, memory, maybe even motivation. Lastly, Prelude to a Kiss. A 1992 romantic fantasy film starring Meg Ryan and Alec Baldwin. A story about love, identity, transformation. It's lighter than A Bronx Tale, but it has heart, whimsy, and that magical realism charm that speaks to fantasy and hope. For someone like Lopez, who's navigated fame, reinvention, and reinvention of self, maybe this film's dreamy, romantic elements appeal as a kind of escape, or as a reminder that love and connection transcend the ordinary. Prelude to a Kiss shows us love isn't just about appearances, it's about soul, about connection. For someone with a life as public as J.Lo's, maybe that's the solace films like this provide. Looking at these 4 films together, a few patterns emerge. A deep love for romance and love stories, The Notebook, Prelude to a Kiss. An appreciation for roots, identity and real life, A Bronx Tale, West Side Story. A taste that balances fantasy, emotion, and realism, love and heartbreak, social issues and personal history, hope and struggle. This mix reflects the many facets of Jennifer Lopez herself: entertainer, Strong woman from humble beginnings, dreamer, realist, romantic, survivor. It's not just about favorite films, it's about what those films say about you. And through her choices, J.Lo tells us, she's a lover of stories, of depth, of emotion, grounded in roots, reaching for dreams. So there you have it, the 4 films that shaped, moved, or inspired Jennifer Lopez. Next time you're deciding what movie to watch, maybe give one of these a chance. Maybe you'll see a side of J.Lo you never knew, or maybe you'll discover something about yourself. If you like this dive, hit subscribe, like, and tell us in the comments, which of these 4 will you watch next? Because good films don't just entertain, they connect us, remind us, inspire us.